The Crazy Wind City. Donald Duck's wild adventure. Donald Duck always enjoyed his peaceful mornings in Duckburg. Every morning, he would hum a cheerful tune as he prepared his favorite breakfast of toast and eggs. But this particular morning was different. Just as he set his toast on the table, a sudden gust of wind whipped through the window, sending his toast flying outside. What in the blazes? Donald quacked in confusion, watching his breakfast disappear into the air. As Donald stepped outside, he realized things were far from normal. Papers, hats, and umbrellas danced through the streets, caught in the increasingly wild wind. "My hat!" Donald exclaimed, chasing his precious sailor hat as it sailed away down the street. While in pursuit, he bumped into Daisy, who was struggling to keep hold of her shopping bags. "Donald, what's happening?" she called over the chaos as bags swirled around her. Just then, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Donald's mischievous nephews, appeared, their eyes wide with excitement. "This wind is awesome," they chorused. City Square was an utter mayhem. Benches tipped over, bicycles rolled by without riders, and Donald found himself shouting ineffectively at the howling winds. To make matters worse, the mayor's voice boomed over a loudspeaker, warning of mysterious winds sweeping through the city. Determined to show everyone he could be a hero, Donald decided to investigate the source of these strange winds. His first attempt to help nearly ended disastrously as a parked bus began to roll from the gusts. Despite his brave, if clumsy, efforts to stop it, he ended up being dragged along the street. Looking to the sky, Huey pointed at peculiar shimmering clouds moving above them. At that moment, Professor Von Drake, a local scientist, joined the scene, explaining that the winds were unnatural and unpredictable. With a determined quack, Donald volunteered to find the source of the winds by sunset. Together with Von Drake and the nephews, they crafted a wind compass to track the patterns. As Donald was tugged along by the rope attached to the wildly spinning gadget, they were led to a fascinating discovery. In a surprising twist, they found themselves at the old, abandoned clock tower. Carefully, they made their way inside, feeling a chill as the rush of cold air blasted upwards. Inside the tower, they discovered a gigantic fan, spinning furiously on its own, powered by mysterious glowing crystals. Donald's first attempt to stop the fan was less than graceful, as he ended up being hurled across the room. However, Huey noticed that the crystals glowed brighter when the wind howled outside, and Von Drake explained the danger. The crystals were amplifying the natural wind, threatening to lift the city into the air. With bravery belying his usual clumsiness, Donald scaled the tremulous fan tower, ropes tied around his waist. As the courageous team worked together, Dewey suggested blocking the airflow to weaken the power of the crystals. In a thrilling moment, Daisy arrived unexpectedly, her umbrella turning into a handy tool to steady Donald as he precariously hung from the tower. Together, they orchestrated a plan to suffocate the overwhelming wind. As the crystals began to crack under pressure, Donald's quick thinking led him to douse them with water, preventing a potential explosion and slowly grinding the machinery to a halt, just as one last surprising gust flung him out a window.